Hi there. So I need to give you the introduction to the outline that corresponds with the Servants to Slaves lecture. And this outline looks really long. But the only reason it looks so long is because I outlined the film for you. So that would be a little bit more helpful for you. So don't get too, the lecture shouldn't take you any longer than any of the other lectures. It's just, it has more information in the outline because I wanted you to feel like you had that kind of outline to follow when you're watching the two films. So what we're trying to figure out in this outline is that shift, right? Because we said for most of the 17th century, the labor system that's in Virginia is indentured servants. And so when does that shift happen to slavery? And so that's what we're trying to figure out. And we'll use two films to figure that out. The first film is Africans in America, and I've got that here on the outline. That's Roman numeral 2 and 3. I've outlined for you what you're going to see in the film. And so again, if you've got your notes written down on a piece of paper as you're watching the film, you can kind of fill in the blanks there in terms of there's going to be some like review, which I think is helpful. The first part will set up the indentured servitude, and you know some of that, right? It's going to go over Jamestown and that information, and then we'll introduce you to 1619 and Anthony Johnson shortly thereafter. The film will look at the legislation, and you'll get some discussion of John Punch, and then the 1662 law that is going to lead to slavery following the condition of the mother. And then I put a section in there that I wrote about the ways in which these laws, just to kind of, again, reiterate some of the things you saw in the film about the laws, but also to make the connection to gender and those laws. And then you're going to watch another film. This one is Slavery in the Making of America. I've been showing both these films in class for years and years and years, and Africans in America is the older one. And so it's kind of funny to me because when you watch Slavery in the Making of America, it has some of the same historians, but they're about 10 years older. So that film is going to, again, it's going to tell you some of the same stories, but it's going to do it through a little different vantage point. So you're going to start that film with the story of John Punch, and the Africans in America had mentioned John Punch, but this is going to look at John Punch a little bit more closely. And then we'll also tell the story of Emmanuel Drigas and Francis Drigas. So you'll, again, using the court system to tell those stories. And then the second part of that film, Slavery in the Making of America, is going to look at the Carolinas. And you'll remember in the Restoration Colonies lecture, we looked at the Carolinas, and we said what distinguished the Carolinas is it was of the colonies, it was the first one that started with slavery in its constitution. So that film was going to consider that as well. And then you've got the terms there at the bottom that are also in the film. So if you have any questions, put those in the discussion board, send me an email. Take care.